What? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, Debbie's setting it up now. Okay, good. Rick, can you hear me? Yes? Okay, thank you.
Second, Bill.
Bill?
Bill.
Okay, we got a thin crowd today, but we'll call this meeting to order. Start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Moment of silence, please. Thank you. You may be seated. Please turn off your phones. Roll call.
Yes, sir. I have Eileen Dunn,
Here.
Donna Mosier,
Here.
Paula DePace, Susan Muniak, Bill Heidenreich,
Here.
Jennifer Smiley, Lemaine Eifert,
Here.
and Ed Weiner.
Here. Okay, we have a quorum. Proof of notice.
Proof of notice that's been posted, was posted on the website and the newsletter well ahead of time.
Mic's not working. Disposition of prior meeting minutes.
I make a motion that we accept the prior meeting minutes as written.
Second.
Hold up, one.
Question,
Okay.
Bill?
In our last meeting, we voted to use money for open house or something like that. And LeMay here said she wanted to have it checked out. I just wondered, have you had it checked?
That was for Live Oaks.
Yeah.
And they, the vote was to leave it to Live Oaks. They were to check and see whether it was, if we legally had to include driftwood.
And what was the,
I don't know. Fab, did we look into that yet?
Yes.
Thank you. Fab said we do not have to include driftwood. I had no problem with including them if you want to, but I just didn't think the board should be the one to make that decision.
who told you we didn't have to?
I went to the office, and because it's Live Oaks and it's not Tosca supplying the entire funds for, that it didn't have to include it.
Would you come up to
Live
that,
Oaks-
please?
It can be done.
But Live Oaks is going to distribute flyers out to both Driftwood and San Clemente as a courtesy to allow those people to come if they want to.
Oh, okay. So Live Oaks has decided to
Yes,
include driftwood and
exactly.
both of the family villages, but it's not a mandatory.
But it's not mandatory.
Nice.
For if we use your money, no. But if we use association money, it is mandatory according to every attorney we have had since 2007.
I think that would have to be looked into because,
That's what you said in the last meeting, and that's what I'm asking.
no, we never said that. We never said that. Someone in the audience did, and I think Sue did, but it was, I never stated we had to. They said they would look into that.
No, what I'm saying is you said that you would look into about us using our money.
No, I didn't say that. We turned that over to, we turned that over to Live Oaks. We did not make that decision. And
Right,
it was
and that's
voted
why-
on whether it would be Live Oaks or whether we would, and we voted to have Live Oaks be in charge of deciding whether to invite the family section or not TOXA.
I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is if we use association money, like ice cream sales, something like that, as long as we use our money, the association money, Driftwood and San Clemente are included.
But we use TOXA money in numerous things. So are you saying that every time we use any of TOXA's money, we must include the entire association family as well?
It's all depending on what you're using it for.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. It either is or it isn't. And we are not supplying all the money for that tree lighting. We are donating some money to it. We are not supplying the full amount. And I think that's what Bev is saying, that she checked into that.
Who did you check with?
With the office?
LeMay,
Wait 1 second, Sue. Go ahead, Sue.
what I
I'm
think
sorry.
what Bill's
You should
trying
answer.
to say is that if we're doing something that is an open type of event, and we are using any of our discretionary money, then it should be open to everyone in Timber Oaks. If we don't supply any money to Live Oaks, it's a senior event. But once we start giving some of our money for a function through Live Oaks, then the family are to be invited.
I think what they are saying is if we supply all of the money, which we always did for the Christmas dinners, we supplied full funding through TOXA, and it was open to everyone, including the family villages. I think we will have the lawyer look into this because I'm not going to argue it.
It's fine with me, but if I understood, they're saying that Live Oaks is gonna put flyers out and it won't matter whether they are in a senior village or a family for it.
Correct, but that's Live Oak's
Okay.
decision.
So it's a moot point at this point.
Yeah, at this point, it doesn't really matter.
Correct.
I think
And we will ask the lawyer to make sure we have it right.
Right, we just felt that because it was Christmas, we would open it
I
up
think it's a great idea.
to anybody. So we're gonna see that since they don't get the Timber Times, we're gonna see that a flyer goes out.
Thank you.
Eileen?
I think at the end of the meeting, of the discussion last time, we left it, what Bill's saying, is that we left it that we would look into whether we
We
had
said
to.
that Live Oaks would look into it, and it was their decision. It was a Live Oaks function, not a Timber Oaks, not a TOXA function. We were not doing it as
I'm
far
not
as
arguing about it.
entertainment or anything else. To me, that is Live Oaks. I am not going through that crap we went through last year.
We left it as their decision, but we
Correct.
also said that we would look into
Okay, so we will have the
whether
lawyer
those
check it.
funds would be utilized for family or
I just want to clarify one point.
Mike's,
I want to clarify one point.
I don't think
Hear
your
me
mic's-
now?
No, I don't think your mic's not lit up.
not.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I think my battery's dying. You just changed it? Well, it wasn't on,
It should be green.
but I turned it off and turned it back on and the red
It's
light.
red. Supposed to be green.
Is it on now?
Yes.
It just went out again. Can you hear me? Okay, so I want to clarify with Sue, you're saying that anytime TOXA contributes to a Live Oaks function, that it's open to all?
It should be.
Yes,
Why is that? We have separate monies.
it had been in the past.
No, not when it comes to, if we're doing money that is coming out of what fund? It's not coming out of, it's coming out of a fund that is for a senior event. If we're paying for any senior-only event, then
We're paying for senior-only pool. We're paying for
that comes out of
senior-only
separate when we do the.
tennis courts. We're paying for senior-only everything else.
That's not the
Anything
way-
that is not common ground. If we spend something on common ground, in other words, if we spend money that's coming, that a tree fell down somewhere in one of the parks, that's all common ground. Just like we have a separate fund for the, clubhouse, the taking care of the clubhouse, grounds and the pool grounds are separate accounts because the pool is senior only. That's why it was set up that way, that we have the separate between the family. And now, does the family money cover all the common ground expenses, their share of it? No. But that's because we're only limited on how much we can charge them for their assessment. But when we're using, quote, senior money, in other words, something that would not be, is not associated with common ground, then that is all, that.
Well, why can't we say that we're using senior money for this Live Oaks event?
We give to Live Oak, and they're doing a function that is not a senior function. They would have to invite family members.
I disagree.
Let's find out from the
That would be the any function, like using the wood shop, using the, having the artists, everything that we do.
In the past, we've always,
All right, let's move on.
All right, we have a motion.
We have a motion on the floor to accept the minutes
Yeah, man up here.
and a second. All in favor, say aye.
I,
Opposed?
Opposed.
Motion passed.
You have two.
Treasurer's report.
Wait, we have a special board of directors meeting on October 4th. Private meeting. I make a motion that we approve the meeting, the minutes from the meeting of October 4th.
second,
Second,
All in favor, say aye.
I,
Opposed? Motion passed. Treasurer's report. Motion would be in order to accept the treasurer's report.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Managers report. Jack.
Okay, my first, hello?
There you go.
First bullet point just states I was working on bids for the pool canopy tree removal from broken sidewalks and looking at drainage.
I can't hear Jack.
Jack, you have to have it right up to your mouth.
Mark, can you turn this up a little bit?
You have to hold it right to your, there you
I've
go.
already swallowed it, Art.
I know.
Put your mustache on
Okay. On September 24th, staff replaced a few rotten boards on the dock. On September 25th, the crew prepped for the storm. That was the first one, Elena. On September 30th, Mark and the crew installed a new water fountain by the bocce court because the other one was all rotted out, wasn't functioning properly. On the 30th, the crew continued the storm cleanup from Helena. This is a lot of debris in the parks. We had to order a 15-yard dumpster to accommodate all the debris. Even with that filled up, we still have piled debris down at the shop. Property insurance came in at $300 higher than it did from the prior premium, which, considering everything that's happened, that's not too bad.
On the bargain.
You ought to send them.
No, they didn't charge us enough.
The fire suppression in the system was inspected and passed with flying colors. On the 7th, the staff began putting up storm shutters in preparation for Hurricane Milton. On the 8th, the staff finished up by securing the pool deck. On the morning of the 10th, the crew and I came in at 7 a.m. No damage to the building, just lots of debris and tree limbs to clean up. We're going to incur heavy expenses for getting all the debris hauled off. It's going to take a couple of weeks to get it all cleaned up. We're putting it on the side of the debris on the side of the road down by the maintenance shed. Hopefully the county or FEMA or somebody will pick it up. If not, we're going to have to pay to haul it. Also on the day of the 10th, we did not have any phone or internet in the office. So Deb was out of town. Darlene didn't have to come in, but I was here with the rest of the maintenance crew. On the 14th, the staff continued to take down the hurricane shutters and beginning debris cleanup. We have 2 large trees down in the common area, one across the street from the clubhouse, the other in Nature Park by Dollar Lake. That's on the agenda for pricing. West Coast Well was here yesterday to replace the pump, the source pump for the Geo for the pool. They had to take it back to the shop to do some work to get some parts off of it, get it replumbed. I just spoke with them about 10 minutes ago, and they said they'll be here tomorrow to reinstall it, and hopefully the heating system for the pool will be back up and running at that time. The Driftwood Committee approved the estimate to have the Wabash drain pipe jetted in an effort to unclog the drain. The Wabash drain has been backing up for some time now. Hopefully this will work and the pipe is not collapsed. The contractor contacted me on the 14th and stated they would let me know about scheduling. They called me yesterday and said they're still working on scheduling issues. This is the drain that goes from Wabash into Oak Park? Timber Park, I'm sorry. That is not draining at all. I've got pictures of Wabash, cars driving down the street halfway up the tires. As for sidewalk repair, that's on the agenda. A to Z Tree Service, which has the best bid for the removal of these two trees, will not be able to get to these trees involved until December due to the workload created by the hurricane. Just as a point of interest, I had an arborist look at these 2 trees and the attempted root grinding, stump grinding we were going to do to accommodate the new sidewalks. The arborist stated this would destabilize the trees that would need to come down. So that's why we're in the process of doing what we're doing. Violations, 85 closed. We only had 4 due, and this is basically due to the hurricanes that we haven't written anything up as of now.
Any questions for Jeff?
What trees are the ones you're talking about?
11245 Wabash, Rolling Wood, and the one right over here off of Tanapa Loop and Ponderosa, where the sidewalk's all buckled up there. So it's right over here.
You want to come to the mic and ask a question?
I'll talk loud.
No, we can't hear you.
Identify yourself so we can go in the minutes, please.
Spanish Gate. I just sent Jack an email about a tree that's over.
Got it. Got it, and the crew will take care of it as they're doing the rest of their cleanup.
Any other questions, board members? Okay. Art committee?
Ed Pepper. Ed Pepper for the Art Committee. We have 18 that have been approved, none rejected.
I make a motion that we accept the 18 sent for approval from the art committee.
Second,
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Committee report?
Bev Hudak. Bev Hudak, Live Oaks.
There you go.
Okay. Our last Live Oaks board meeting was on September 25th, where we discussed the events for the balance of 2024. And we will be having the Christmas tree lighting.
It's going in now.
The Christmas tree lighting
There we go.
on December 3rd, and we will be putting out flyers to the family sections. Was how we decided to do that. It went off again, so I don't think it's. We had a successful Oktoberfest and a successful Fall Festival this past weekend, which was a beautiful day. We've had, we will be having the vendor bender this Saturday. We have 27 vendors. All residents of Timber Oaks. Then we will have Coffee Clutch on November 4th, Veterans Day celebration for November 11th. And then we will be having our social for November on the 12th due to the election on November 5th, which falls on Tuesday, of course. And we will have Music on the Lake on October 22nd. 5 to 8, weather permitting. And our next Live Oaks board meeting is October 29th. We will also be doing the holiday decorating here at the clubhouse the weekend before Thanksgiving this year, since Thanksgiving falls so close to the end of the month on the 28th. We're going to do it the weekend before, and I've already talked to the maintenance crew about that.
On the vendor bender, we're also having food trucks, is that right?
We're having one food truck, yes, which will be here.
Is it a good one?
It is. It's a Cuban. We've never had them before. Actually, Maddie Serrano, it's her son, has the food truck. Yeah.
We've tried their stuff before, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
So is that gonna be inside or outside?
Vendors inside.
Okay. Elizabeth?
We need a new mic. We need another mic. Mark?
Oh, that one do it. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Violations that were scheduled for October 9th were canceled due to the hurricane. They have been rescheduled for October 29th. That was it. We didn't have to do anything.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Any other committee reports? Being none, we'll move on. The unfinished business. Any new business? All right, we have discussion of sidewalk repairs.
Did you hear me?
We got a couple bids.
Hello, hello, hello? Can you hear me?
No,
Wait, work.
Have it on?
It's on, it's got the light.
It's a lot of money.
Hello?
Nope.
We're not having much luck today, are we?
I don't know, what do you want for $10?
All right, I'll just talk loud.
Now it works.
Under the discussion. Under the discussion of sidewalk repair, you notice I put a cheat sheet on top, so you don't have to go through the 10 or 15 other bids that I have here. Best bid for the tree removals for the 2 trees came from A to Z for $4,000. The demolition of the sidewalks themselves, WHM Services for $1,184. The stump grinding is Rook Stump Removal for $800. That's the same stump grinder guy that saved us a ton of money taking out all the palmettos out of here. And the repouring of the new sidewalks, WHM Services for $5,328, totaling $11,312. And this is why I'm saying next year, we're gonna have to budget more money just for sidewalk repair.
How, is this for both of the sidewalks?
Yes,
Wait, I know across the street from me, it's like 3 sections of sidewalk. And how much is the other one? How many sections is $5,328 to report 2 sections of sidewalk?
no, that whole stretch where at 11245,
Yeah,
because it's broken on the other end as well, that whole stretch needs to come out. And you've got about 40, almost 50 feet of sidewalk over here that needs to come out.
any discussion?
I think,
So we need to move ahead with a motion. May?
didn't we talk about this and you said it would be quite a while till they could do it?
A to Z cannot remove the trees until December.
So that puts everything till December.
Well, we can start on the interim work. I guess we can have the sidewalks removed. Because they're not safe to walk on anyway.
Yeah, but
Or you can just hold off till December to
you
do it.
might as well hold off. I mean, you don't want it just empty there anyway. I mean, no one's walking, but the tape did come down.
Okay. But you can still, or you can still pass it.
Yeah, right. I make a motion that we approve a total of $11,312 for sidewalk repairs in Timber Oaks. And tree removal.
Question, does Jack know what account that he's gonna charge it to, or?
I think Jack's covering it. What? I don't know, Sue.
There's gonna be, several accounts charged, Sue, because you've got the tree removals, which is, what's it called, then, grounds maintenance?
Mhm.
That's what grounds maintenance is what the trees will be charged to.
Okay, so it's
we
gonna be
have-
split between ground maintenance.
And the concrete work, we actually have a reserve account for concrete work. That's like $8,000 in there.
Okay,
Do we still have money left from the Spectrum account? Money that we got from Spectrum, where is that money?
We still have money left.
All right, we may need to pull that for some of these repairs and things that we are doing.
We got more
I don't
expenses
think we
coming.
need to at this point. I think what will happen is we'll have to see when we get to closer to the end of the fiscal year, if any accounts are running low, we can add to those, and we might wind up putting in a reserve for, sidewalk repair.
Okay, and we've
Because
had,
we're gonna have to do this each year with the, we're gonna wind up wanting to put a year.
Right.
We
Right,
might
we are.
want to just do it so all of this, when it's removing the trees for sidewalk, it would go out of sidewalk repair rather than from the normal,
Ground maintenance.
yeah.
Yeah, there is a line item in the reserve study for concrete work.
All right. We'll
We'll
wait
just
on
have
that.
to increase the funding.
I'd have to look, I don't remember where it is, but
Well, we can wait on that till the end of the year. We just want to remember that we do have that there rather than raising everything up.
yeah, I will remember, I promise.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, do we need a motion?
I made the motion. Did anyone second it?
Yes, I'll second it.
Bill seconded
Bill
it.
seconds. Okay,
Okay,
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Okay, discussion of pool awning.
Okay, as y'all have seen in the packet there, you've got several bids for replacing the awning and one even being dry canvas. The bids came in anywhere between $11,000 and $13,000. And, hello? And, yeah, it's working now. And that was quite disturbing because the reserve said the canopy's supposed to last 10 years. Well, actually, they only warranty them between 5 and 8, depending on the fabric condition.
Right.
Anyway, Mark being in prior in the paint industry, I had to do a little research into products that could possibly be applied to the awning. And he did find a product that is clear. You can have it tinted, but it also comes in clear. It's very flexible, so it'll give as the awning moves around. And our maintenance crew can pull that off for about $650 between materials and a sprayer for the paint for about $650 and get, another 2-3 years out of the awning that way. I figured that'd be the way the board would want to go.
Sounds a little better than the other prices.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear quite all of it. You're either not keeping your mic up to your mouth or your mic is breaking
No,
up.
it was Jack.
You said that there's a product that they
Okay.
need to put on for $650.
Yes. That should give us 2 to 3 years. Our maintenance men will do it. That would be the cost of the paint. It's clear, it's flexible, and it should give us at least 2 to 3 years. Rather than replacing the whole awning at this time.
I think it is worth it, and I also think we need to look into a metal awning.
I did, Sue, I did look into that. Oh, it is working now. I did look into that and I talked to a local aluminum company. They said they'd have to put up a whole new frame because that frame could not support the weight of an aluminum roof. But actually, they said they would demo the existing awning and frame and put up a new one for like $13,000.
No, that's cheaper than the old one cost.
That's cheaper than what we had put aside for it. I mean, if we're gonna do it. I mean, I found a company, I don't know what the name of the company was that you did. There's one in Tampa called Metal Awning. And they do.
This was a
commercial
local
awning.
Newport Ritchie company, I believe.
Okay, it could be, I just happened to find it, but I think the 650 is a good idea for now. And then we look toward when in 2 or 3 years, if we have to replace it again, we look at a metal awning as well. If it's gonna be the same price as putting on a new vinyl or whatever kind of material awning, we might be better off going with the metal.
That would have to be a discussion, so I don't know
That'll
how
be your
well
time.
an aluminum awning will work with the winds that we get.
Yeah.
So At this point, I make a motion that we use the, whatever, the liquid, the paint coating or the vinyl awning and have our men put it on for
$650.
maximum of $700.
Second,
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed. Discussion of hurricane fallen trees on common area.
Okay, we have two big trees, huge trees that came down, one across the street, which is on common area, one up in Nature Park by Dollar Lake that actually partially fell into the lake. The best bid on that was, I got, 3 Seasons to bid, they bid it like $7,400, and A to Z bid it at $6,000 for the two of them. And they're gonna have to bring in tractors and everything to get those stumps up out of the ground, well, what's left of the stumps up out of the ground, but A to Z had the best price.
That's removal of all the debris, everything.
Yep, lock, stock, and barrel.
The stump too?
Yep.
Okay, do we need to vote on that?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep, that's
The motion
above
would
my
be in
expenditure.
order.
I move that we remove both trees felled by the hurricane for a total of $6,000
Higher A to Z.
with A to Z, sorry.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed.
I'm glad I don't have this budget, I'll tell you. These trees.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to increase the budget for this kind of stuff.
For the removal.
Okay, fines and suspensions.
Sorry, Jeff.
One thing I have is this.
Opposites.
Why don't I have that? Because you usually give it to me at the last minute. Here, I'll use it. Okay. Make a motion that we fine 8100 Los Alamos Drive for
Nuisance.
nuisance, which is opposed to our rules and regulations, $500 a day up to a total of, what is it?
$50.
$50 a day. I don't have it written. $50 a day
Up to
up
five.
to a total of $5,000.
Jack 'em up.
second,
All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion passed. That's the only one, right?
Yes.
Okay. I think that's it.
I make a motion that we adjourn.
may I say something first?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay, if there's anyone from the finance committee there, I will tell you, we are looking in, they were expecting, and I was expecting it actually on the agenda about email, about sending authorized our documents, you know, any required by email. Jack is checking with RPM as to what the wording would have to be in the blanket email we would send. So it will be at the next, so that we can send it to them, so then any official document would come to them via email, save us on the postage. So I just want to let them know that it hasn't gotten by the wayside, because at the last finance committee meeting, I said that it should be on this agenda, but it didn't get on the agenda, so we are still looking at that.
Are you talking
Because I'm
about,
not talking about voting now. I'm talking about official documents.
Okay, but we still don't have everybody on the email list, right?
But we have 8,000 people on, 800 email addresses.
Okay, out of 2,000.
Out of 2,000, we have 800 email addresses.
So you could use anyone on the 800 for that, but you'd still have to use postage for the others, right?
Until we can convince more people to use the email.
Right.
And you would also have to,
Every letter that we send out that's an official letter or postcard right now is 56 cents a postcard. I mean, just saving, let's say even 500 is $250 we're saving on postage.
Mm-hmm.
Besides paper and cost of printing the postcards or letters. I mean, every one of the, when we do a deed restriction letter, you know, when somebody violated a deed restriction, if they've already agreed to get it, those would save us all the postage on those.
we
I
have,
mean, you know, not even looking at going to electronic voting. So that's just.
And LeMay has a question.
Now, because we don't have any of the other stuff.
LeMay?
okay, so you're saying we have 800 email addresses. Of those 800, you would also have to get permission from them to use that instead of regular mailing.
And the permission can be gotten through email now. The state law changed so that we could get the permission through email.
So before they give permission,
We have the capability of sending emails without, I mean, I think right now it's only Jack who could send them, but it will come to the board eventually according to RPM. And we send it, and they send back an email to us saying, yes, I want to, and that's what we need the wording of that email from RPM. And RPM has the ability to mark the accounts as to which ones can get automatic, the notices. Because I had spoken with RPM, yes, they have the ability to mark it so that we could just send it to them that way.
I have to say, doesn't it seem a little preposterous that you're going to send them an email to ask them if you can send an email?
Unfortunately, that's the truth.
Approved it.
This is government, Sue.
Telling you the state is in the state.
I know, yeah, I know, it just seems so silly.
And Sue, just so you know, when we do violation letters, if they have an email in the system, they will automatically get the email with the violations entered. That already happens. But we do mail out a hard copy.
It'll just go that way, and, you know, we're doing our duty as the board, and they're getting it, and it's not costing us anything. Which is better than the 73 cents right now that it costs.
Okay, so we'll put that on the agenda for the next meeting.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Motion's been made to adjourn. Did we get a second?
We ended the meeting.
Second,
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, meeting's over. Anyone want to
I'll see
speak?
you all next week.
Anyone want to speak at open
Open
forum?
forum.
I do.
Okay, please identify yourself.
Beverly